Hey, my name is Mohan, I'm the CMO of Nairon.
My name is Luca, I'm the CEO of Nairon.
Guys, in the last video we covered Claude Code. And in this video we're going to go over Claude Cowork, what it is, and how you can use it to essentially get a better output from Claude from a different interface than just a chat interface. So Luca, you take it from there.
So in the previous video, we covered how Claude Code actually came up because software engineers needed a way to give the models access to their code base. And similarly, today, we need to give business people, business operators, more context on their business to Claude as well. And so Claude shipped out Claude Cowork, which is essentially giving the model access to your computer, all of the PDFs, all of the files that you have. And so taking Claude from this chat interface where you just ask it questions and it answers you back, to now making it more of an actionable product, which actually does things for you, like drafting your emails, etc. So once you download the app, you might actually see it looks quite similar to what the chat interface looked like on the web, with a couple of caveats. One is that it actually has access to your file system. So it can actually go through your downloads, go through your files, like what I mentioned. We can actually see here in the top corner, we have stuff like projects. And so if we go into projects over here, we can actually see that we can separate different chats into different projects because that holds completely different context windows. So I can keep my marketing campaigns inside my marketing project. I can keep my finance records inside of my finance projects. And so whenever I'm entering those conversations, it has context of everything that's inside of there. Another one are artifacts. Artifacts are like assets that you can create on Claude Cowork, many of the times with code that you can reuse in later sessions. So if I create a pricing calculator, because I have some really complicated way of pricing, I can actually create that as an asset and then actually reuse it in future sessions with other customer information or other proposal information. Another one are scheduled tasks. Scheduled are essentially tasks and sessions that you can have with Claude Cowork to run on certain times of the day. So at 6 a.m., it can look at the previous day's emails, summarize them for you, and have it run every day at 6 a.m. So by the time you get into your office, that's already ready for you. It's essentially like starting a session in the future, but just giving it permission to run at a specific time. And then we have Dispatch, which is still in beta, but it's essentially Claude's way of having you, from your mobile phone, have it do something on your computer. So if you're away from your computer and you needed to access a certain file to send a proposal off that you have on your computer, but you're not on your computer, you can actually have Claude to do that. It can actually go and do that on your computer on your behalf. Still in beta. I've not used it too much just because it's high risk in terms of security. And then customizations. So you can do a lot of customizations on Claude Cowork by adding new skills, by adding new capabilities, new connectors. We're going to get into all of these in future videos. It's really interesting how you can personalize the entire experience of using Claude Cowork. Last one is design, which we're going to get into the next video. And that's essentially how to create marketing assets, PDFs, slides, all of that inside of Claude Cowork.
Okay, great. So a little bit more user-friendly, a little bit more simple to play with than Claude Code perhaps for the average person, but essentially it's the same thing wrapped in a much more non-technical and user-friendly way.
Yeah, exactly. And we recommend Claude Cowork for the majority of business owners that are looking to get into AI. It's not the most advanced AI capability. There's other stuff like AI agents running in the background that requires a lot more work, but it's a very good introduction to using AI at this new level beyond just a chatbot.
Okay, and that's a brief overview of what Claude Cowork is. If you enjoyed the video, guys, you can subscribe to our newsletter. Links down in the description below. You can also follow us on LinkedIn, where we're very active on a day-to-day basis. Until next time, we'll see you in the next video.